Command, the shooting cruiser has jumped off our starboard flank.
What are you doing here, Terran?
Stand easy, Theta. No HOL. It's a PVN chip. You know what? I'm almost disappointed.
Again, what are you doing here, Terran?
What does it look like? I'm cleaning up a mess you Zods made of this system. Jesus Christ, I knew you were incompetent, but I didn't know you were stupid as well.
You have had as much success as we, Terran, and at least our flagship is intact. The same cannot be said for your ironclad.
Yeah, that was our biggest mistake. Thinking a bunch of sand eaters like you could guard our backs. Well, we won't let that happen again, that's for sure.
The error was yours for interfering in Vegedan matters. Any mishap you suffered for outstaying your welcome you brought upon yourself. We had nothing to do with your unseated interference and subsequent fall.
No, you don't like anything at all, do you? Can't fight, won't fight. Didn't put up a decent fight against us in the Great War. Couldn't stop the Stevens nuking the Suda Prime. Just what is it your Navy gets paid for, anyway?
I am thinking that perhaps our ceasefire pact was ill-advised. Alliances based on pity never work out in the end.
Yeah, well, I've always said you can take your treaty and shove it up your ass. Wait, I'm right, jumping in ahead.
I'll leave you to your patrol, Terran.
What? Damn it! Bastard!
Pilots of the Parliamentary Vegedan Navy, I have great news. After an incident between GTA and PVN forces in the outer reaches of Deneb yesterday, communications between the 13th Battle Group of Deneb and the 9th Fleet of Sirius have officially broken down. Commodore Cooper has demanded that the Terran encampment around Cygnus Secundus become off-limits to all Vegedan craft, amongst other things, and refuses to answer any attempts at communication. My officers have advised me to accept his demands and furthermore to respond in kind, namely, that Terran ships are forbidden from entering the region around Cygnus Prime, where the Guardian is currently positioned. Perhaps this way the reopening of hostilities between Terrans and Vegetans can be avoided. Central Military Directorate Headquarters has been informed of these developments. What we thought was a mere underground movement of terrorists and guerrillas has turned out to be a fully blown rebel uprising with a fleet on par with our own. The Hammer of Light is spreading like a virus across Deneb, recruiting more and more disaffected followers to its banner as each day passes. All PVN forces have been withdrawn to this central position around the system's capital planet. Outlying outposts have been abandoned. Even our secondary bases lie dormant. The fleet around Cygnus Prime is all we have, and our losses are not replaced like those of the Hammer of Lights. If we continue to lose ships and the Hammer of Light continues to gain them at the current rate, they will outnumber us by 2 ships for every one of ours in less than a fortnight. We have sent appeals for reinforcements to the other Vegedan battle groups, but to no avail. The Great War took a great toll on our navy, and our friends' ships cannot be spared to aid us. We must fight alone, and we must win alone. We must not fall here, pilots. Not here, not now. Salvage. As part of our withdrawal to Cygnus Prime, it is important that we buy as much time for ourselves as possible. The Directorate has identified a suitable location for our guard action by a cruiser with escort, and I have decided to send your wing in. The location is close to the contested planet of Cygnus Tears, though, I hasten to add, We are not attempting to secure that planet yet. Ground forces will hold off HOL militia for as long as they are able, but our concern is stemming the flow of our enemies, not keeping territory under our control. The Hammer of Light militia are setting up a major cargo depot near Poseidon's tiers that will enable greater movement of ships from the Demeter belt to the planet. By eliminating this supply base, we can perhaps slow the tide of the HOL advance. The base will consist mostly of cargo containers, transports, freighters and HOL cruisers. Fighter presence should be minimal, hence, the attack force will be made up of Alpha Wing and Ammune bombers and Beta Inseths, with the Nakara providing fire support. Your primary objective will be the destruction of all hostile warships. Of secondary concern are the freighters and cargo. The guns of enemy cruisers pose a far greater threat to us than their supplies do. I shall not deceive you, pilots. We are fighting a defensive war here. Our goals are no longer the suppression and destruction of renegade elements. Now they're to make our enemies bleed for every inch of ground they take. We shall not give up Danak without a fight. Not you, not I, not the entire 13th battle group. Go out and prove it to them, pilot. light gunship wings should be arriving in your vicinity at any moment. Pilots.
You're not Hammer of Light? Oh, thank God. You've got to help us out here.
Report. Terra. What is the cause of your distress?
We were sat at the civilian base in Cygnus here when the Hammer of Light arrived and started shooting everyone in sight. We just about managed to get out alive. We're sure they're on our tail.
Cygnus Tears has fallen.
Yeah, listen. You've got to help us. They could arrive any minute now.
Smashed out the site of an operation by the Parliamentary Invasion and Navy Military Directorate. As Director of the 13th Battle, I demand that you leave the area immediately. Director. The Directorate has had enough of your constant interference and disruption of Beijing affairs. The zero-tolerance policy regarding Terran Beijing contact has been set again. By remaining present here, you are violating the directive and will be punished.
But listen to me. The Hammer of Light is coming for us. You've got to help us, please. We can't stand up to them alone. Help us.
Director, while the Terrans have not endeared themselves to me with their recent actions, nevertheless I cannot honorably sit back and watch these Terrans go to their deaths. They are defenseless, Director. They will not last long without us. If you will not obey your director, then you will obey me, Rakar. Stand down. Leave the Terrans to their fate.
That's it. Let's go.
We are engaging our subspace drive in pursuit of the Hammer of Light cruiser. Salvage. Officer, the Narkala has departed, and they shall regret the decision in time. Remain here and prepare to repel any additional Hammer of Light forces, which should have arrived by now. Things go from bad to worse, Pilot. It really does appear that we underestimated the strength and determination of the Hammer of Light guerrillas, as evidenced by the fall of Cygnus Tears. Furthermore, while the treachery of our so-called allies, the Terrans, is to be expected, I am dismayed at the Nakara's disobedience of a direct order. Sadly, it is not alone in its insubordination. A number of fighter wings have disappeared and are presumed to have deserted in the last 6 hours alone. We have lost contact with the Nakara, and it is likely that it has been either destroyed or crippled by the Hammer of Light. Nevertheless, we need all the ships we can get, and so your wing will be deployed to locate and rescue the cruiser. However, your efforts today have not gone unnoticed. The destruction of those Hammer of Light warships will hopefully slow down the guerrilla advance. It is unfortunate that you were unable to destroy the other assets, but perhaps the loss of their cruisers will be enough. You will be called upon again very soon, so remain prepared for further combat. Until then, sit back and hope that the Nakara will still be there when we find her. Our technicians have calculated the current position of the Nakara, somewhere within the Demeter field. Its status is unknown, but we hope that it remains intact and its crew are still alive. Your objectives are to locate the Nakara, and, if it is salvageable, defend it from HOL attack while it makes an escape. It may be necessary to escort transports with repair materials, if the Nakara is sufficiently damaged. The future looks grim for the PVN, Alpha, and we need all the men we can get. Rest assured, after this uprising has been squashed, the crew of the Nakara will be punished to the fullest extent of military law. We have arrived in the Demeter field, Director. Beginning search for the Nakara now. We have located the Nakara, Director. It is intact, if not operational. Very good, Alpha. Proceed immediately to the cruiser and prepare to be joined by a repair crew. Salvage, Alpha. It is good that you have arrived. We were getting word. And so you should have been. You disobeyed a direct order to remain put in the Hammer of Light supply base. Because of your treachery, we later had to abandon our position to the Elite Force. Not that it would have made a difference either way, nor do I think we could call them guerrillas any longer. Fine. Rebels. Opposition. The enemy. Whoever they are, you left us to them. And for what? Where are the Terrans you set out so nobly to save them? Where is the carcass of the rebellion? The Terrans ran away, as did the remnant, but not before dealing us a grievous blow. They had friends waiting, and took time out from pursuing the Terrans to cripple our systems and render us impotent. And so we have remained here, silent, in case they hear us in return. Director, I presume that you are dispatching a repair crew to assist us? I would suggest you send a rescue team beforehand, so that my wounded can be taken to safety before they succumb to their injuries. Request noted and granted, Rakar. Alpha, Mu Wing will arrive shortly to evacuate the Nakara's crew. The Microns shall wait until they are safe before attempting to rescue the Nakara itself. There may also be possibility in deploying the transports. Ships have just moved in. have ceased for the time being. The Micron will be deployed shortly. Center not participating in the new push. Rockana. New push. Indeed. Our greatest and most experienced cruiser group has gone forth to do battle with the hammer of light over Cygnus tears. I was not informed of this. You did not need to know of it. I only found out after a discussion in the refreshment lounge with the cruiser group commander who shall be leading the assault. The Enkai's captain, I believe. A shame I did not know him better. He is not dead yet. But he will be. A direct assault on the Hammer of Light. They're too strong. They took Cygnus tears and they shall take his life. Treason. Perhaps I can settle this. Is the attack occurring presently? Then I shall open communications with the Enkai. Not maintain well integrity while under such duress, officer. Push on. Demonstrate to these curs the power of the Vejudan Navy. Who has escaped? Your injured are safe, Rockar. Fighters are down. Covering fighters are down. They have divided us. We are under fire from all sides. This is not. The Enkai is no more. As is, I suspect, the rest of the cruiser group. It is as I expected, as I predicted. They split us up, and divided we were no match for them. Will you offer any defense for your strategy, Alpha 3? It could still work. If only the Enkai. If they had. It is unseemly to slander the dead, Alpha 3. To resist. Where is the Micron? The Micron has been delayed by tactical engagements elsewhere in data. It shall arrive shortly. is safe, thanks to your efforts. The cruiser is back in orbit above Cygnus Prime and undergoing heavy repair. Although it will be some time until it is fit for duty once more, it is nevertheless intact, and another warship with which to fend off the Hammer of Light. The injured from the Nakaras clash with the Repentant send you their thanks. They were able to receive immediate treatment for their wounds and thus remain alive and well. It is saddening that circumstances pulled them from their beds to fight for the PV and so soon, but the Hammer of Light are a constant threat. We are losing many valiant soldiers to the Hammer of Light onslaught, and it appears that the end is near. Soon Demet will belong entirely to the fanatical sect, and it shall fall to others to avenge our deaths. We can only pray for a merciful end. Report to the briefing room at 01, 30 hours tomorrow morning for a special assignment.